Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting That Journal Guy. My name is Richard, and we're going to be doing an August flip through my ARC notebook system. Now, if you've been following my channel, it's kind of a journaling journey that I keep sharing with you guys, and I hope you guys continue to tune in for more. So this video is going to be a flip through of some of my August pages, which I confess are going to be almost all the same. My journal is more of a journal than a planner, so I've mentioned it on my Instagram and on my Facebook groups that I'm a part of, that I do a lot more, I guess it would be called rapid logging in the formal bullet journal method, where basically I record good things that happen during the day. And so my journal is more of a means to keep track of the small victories that we have every day using my Bujo Badge system, which I've mentioned before. And there's actually some pages here that have incomplete badges. I've drawn the circles in for them, but they haven't been filled in. So I guess you'll kind of sort of see a fast track or a time lapse of some of that coloring in and doing that, so that you guys can sort of see the process of actually filling in my Bujo badges. I might actually be also elaborating on a few new things that I've been doing with my Bujo badge system, because I'm finding that what the symbols that I'm using aren't covering everything I need. So I'm using them in a slightly different way, and I'll explain it when we fill them in. So let's go into my tabletop as we normally do in my videos here, and I hope you guys enjoy the flip through as well as the time lapse of some of my filling in to finish off some of my recent August pages. Alright, so we have my ARC notebook system here, and I'm just going to open it up to my first page in August. Now, what I've done is that I've got my rapid logging or my daily pages here, but I start off my month with these awesome little checklists that I've posted before. So I've used Excel to make this page, as I've mentioned before, and I use Excel to also make this data graph that I've pasted in later. So this is my attempt to sort of put in a color theme for August. So not a theme of superheroes or anything geeky like that, but just colors. So I incorporated color into my checklist, and so long as I checked everything off for the month or for that week and put in my data just to sort of gauge my work for the week, I can sort of see how well I'm doing this month. So to dress up this first page, I actually did make a few quotes and stuff like that to dress it up a little bit. But I found that it wasn't, the look of it didn't quite work. So instead of actually adding color to it physically, like in an analog way, I actually did the color digitally. So I've got this nice little title that's actually in the document, so when I print it off in color, it actually comes out like this. So it lends itself to a really nice look. It's not handmade, and I know some people do prefer a more handmade look. I'm kind of working on that for September, but this is the way my pages will look now. So here's the 10th to the 13th, which was an abbreviated week because I actually had the Monday off here, and then I've got an August 17th to the 20th. So this list seems to really work. It really keeps me on track for work, and I've never realized just how much use or how useful it would be and helpful it would be to actually have a list. So this is about the extent of my planner, but as I've mentioned before when I did the video about doing this list, is that these are tasks that I do all the time. Every week, unless the workflow changes, this list will never change. From the week of the 3rd, I did notice that there were some things missing, and that there was also some things that I could compress as far as the granularity of my tasks, so that I could make it fit better, and also it makes sense not to keep track of the really tiny details versus sort of getting a general task done without specifying every step, right? So this list is now finalized, and when I print it off for the last week of August, it will be looking like that. So I'm really happy with the way that's worked out. So as we go into August pages, you can sort of see the Bujo Badge system at work here, and the green is my light green is my well-being, my blue is my my work. Eating in, I would give myself a badge for that. Any household stuff I do in orange. And my Bujo time, the time that I actually spend doing my Bujo, I actually put that in yellow. Anything that's brown is like mindful or purposeful media streaming, gaming, what have you. And red is, well, I mentioned that, or maybe not, I haven't mentioned that yet, is my spending. But it's also money that goes towards certain things, or actually is income as well, right? So selling stuff online for $20, I'm putting a little plus in there instead of the dollar symbol. So the Bujo system for me has started to evolve a little bit. The spending, especially the spending badge, because I always put a little dollar sign for the spending badge, but it doesn't encompass everything. It's not true for all of my things. It's not just money going out, it's money coming in. So I started adding little symbols for the red badge. And so I'm now using the Bujo Badge system, the color as a category and the symbol inside it to be more of a indicator of what kind of thing it was within that category. So like the brown badges, for example, the 3 dots mean it's a gaming, but a little TV symbol means it's some mindful watching on TV, whether it's news or some movies or stuff like that. This is my attempt at making a little film strip, and that's streaming on Netflix. So yeah, this is what a typical day looks like. So I put all of my entries in. I'll circle it on my calendar up top, and then the every day or page has at least one quote image from the internet somewhere, as well as my quote box and my gratitude box in red. And this is watercolor, fake watercolor paper. So I'm using marker and water spritzed together. You put it on plastic and squish it on the paper, cut to size. So it's actually quarter pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper that I've cut to size, and I put a little outline on it. And there's no stamping in this month. It's all my own all caps writing. So yeah, that started off for August there, and it actually has worked very well. The Bujo Badge system treats me very well. I can sort of see how much I've incorporated into the day, and it does seem like a bit of a busy system, and it is, but for me, I seem to like it that way. I haven't sort of decided whether or not I want to consolidate these kinds of things, and maybe share that as a spread, like separately. But like here, I've got a lot of days where it was incorporating the dark green is for family time, time that I spend with friends, time that I pour into my relationships at home. So do I want to make a separate spread later and share that with you, some of the highlights of my month? I'm not sure, but I've seen other social media people do it, so I'm thinking of doing it as well. I had intentions of filling August 9th here because it was such a short end to the page, and that the 10th was going to, might as well start. See, I could have just I could have just started August 10th here, like I started August 11th here. So I had intentions to fill this up, but I haven't yet, so forgive me for that. So yeah, it does look, busy, but it works for me. I really love the way it ends up looking, as far as getting an overview of my day and sort of remembering what kinds of things I put my time into. So it's been a really good system, and I love the way it looks as a diary, and I love adding like this color theme. I love finding art from different journalers, other people's quotes and stuff like that. I have to give some credit here to Val. This is actually her work, and I found it like so totally like beautiful. Like her art is so amazing on her Instagram and on the Facebook groups, and I had to put it on one of my pages because it was such a beautiful quote. So this is my attempt at trying to be fancy. I was doing a superhero theme last month, and this is a little bit less less busy as far as stickers and stuff like that, but there's a lot more real estate for my journaling. And whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do miss, I have to admit, like next month, I'm looking forward to using more stickers again and using more embellishment to really fancy up the pages again. Notice here, the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, I forgot to actually put my my quotes in, like an image quote. So I resumed that for the 22nd and 23rd. So as you can sort of see here, we have Bujo badges that still need to be filled in. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse and fill those in and finish that off. And then you can sort of see me sort of fill them in. There's actually some badges here that haven't even been filled in. There's just color. I use jelly rolls here. So you know what? I'm going to do a quick time lapse, and you can sort of see the finished product and the process that I go through to keep the system up. Okay, so you can sort of see that I got everything done there. It does take a while, but I don't know if you've noticed that I've started using some different symbols in my Bujo system, so I might just go over those really quickly here. So my well-being is usually light green with a plus, meaning I've taken care of myself in some way, but I wanted to distinguish my workouts from my just regular self-care. So I've actually put little barbell symbols for when I'm at Planet Fitness and the kind of workout I've done. So that's kind of helpful. And I'm also using a phone symbol. That's my phone symbol. When I'm trying to make like new connections and reconnecting with friends and stuff like that, I like using that as a part of my self-care, because nurturing my connections with people is self-care to me. So that seems to work for me. Also for the money badges, you can sort of see I've started categorizing what I spend on. So the eat-in badge is a little spoon in purple, but I've used a little spoon in red when I know I've eaten out. If I've used it for more than one kind of thing, like if I've spent at a store for more than one thing, then I will just still put the dollar sign. Or I'll put a dollar sign if I don't have a symbol for it already. Like, so a haircut, I don't know what that counts as. Maybe it's self-care. But the pluses usually mean it's an income versus an outcome, right? Like, so sorry, income versus spending. And then the little exclamation points that I've been using are sort of notes that are help me either keep track of wish lists as well as to-dos for potential sales. I've been doing some online selling recently, purging some of my old collections to make room for a lot of my journaling stuff, to be honest. And so I've been selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I have to coordinate myself with potential buyers. So I'll put little exclamation points next to tasks that I've done to help generate that sale, whether it's to send additional pictures or to follow up with more messages or what have you. So yeah, it seems to be working out well. I don't think I'm going to bore you with more time lapse of the filling in this stuff here, but I hope you sort of get an idea of what my August pages are looking like and how it's going to look by the end. So when I start planning out September, I hope you guys will stay tuned for that, and you'll sort of see what the theme is going to look like, and I hope that you will enjoy. So again, it's that journal guy, Richard here, sharing with you a flip through as well as a little bit of time lapse of my August spreads and how I'm refining my Bujo system. And I hope you guys enjoyed that and find a little bit of inspiration to keep journaling on and continue your journal journey. So again, it is that journal guy, Richard here. Please stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next video.